Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe at home. This is your social class, and in today's class, we are going to see the second part of the fifth lesson, Indus Valley Civilization. This lesson is from your semester 1 book. We are going to see the second part. Before that, we will be recalling the first part of this lesson. We have studied about the Indus Valley Civilization, the location and timeline, the society of Indus Valley Civilization. Both these things we have learned in our last class. First, what is Indus Valley Civilization? You all know the rivers. In these days also rivers are there. So in rivers so much of water will be flowing, and the banks of the rivers are very fertile, so that many crops will be grown there, and with the help of the rivers we can make trade. It is also used as a trade route for the people. So many people started settling down near the rivers. In this way, the civilizations started, and in this lesson, we are going to study about the Indus Valley civilization. We are going to study about the buildings, jewelry, pottery found there. Okay, these are all the things we have learnt in the last class itself. First, we have learnt about the location and timeline. What I have told, where was the Indus Valley civilization started? The location is the modern day Pakistan and parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan in India. In Pakistan, some of the parts, and in India, the parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan. What is the timeline? It is between 4500 and 5000 years ago. From now, before 4500 and 5000 years. Okay, at that time only Indus Valley civilization was started. Then I have told about the society, how the society was. The society was divided into the upper town and the lower town. So in the upper town, many important people lived there, and in the lower town, common people lived there. This is about the people. And then they worshipped Mother Goddess and Lord Pasupati Shiva. So they worshipped two gods, Mother Goddess and Lord Pasupati Shiva. Then it had a great bath. I told about the great bath also. Then there is a big granary where the grains are used to store. I told about the granary also in the last class itself. So in our last class we have finished the location and timeline and the society of Indus Valley civilization. Now we are going to continue the other topics of Indus Valley civilization. Let us start now. First, we are going to see about the town planning of Indus Valley civilization. How the town was planned and built. For example, first, if you are going to build a house, what will you plan? First, what and all the things you will see? The first thing we will see is about the hygiene. So, if you are going to build a house here, how will be the hygiene? To maintain the hygiene, what is the first thing? The drainage system. Okay, first we'll see about the drainage system and the water supply of that area to build a house there. So in the same way, to build the town also, we have to give a good water supply and drainage system. So in Indus Valley civilization, the towns were well planned with the very good drainage system and water supply. Okay, then the roads are also laid neatly. All the roads were laid neatly without any mistake. Then each and every house had drainage system. Okay, the drainage system is one of the important thing in our town planning. It had a good drainage system, and for every house there is a separate drainage system with the slopes. The slopes are used to carry the dirty water to the city's main drain. Okay, so from your house the drain will move to the main drain. So this slope, with the help of this slope, the drain was moved from the house to the main drain, and from the main drain they will clean all the things. Like that the plan was held. Then each and every house also had a well. Apart from the common well in the city, each and every house had a separate well, so that they don't have to go so far and collect water. Okay, so each and every house had well. This well is apart from the common wells. So this is a very good plan for the people. Without any stress or any problem, they can get water easily. Then they also used the sun-dried bricks to build the wells, drains and buildings. In town planning, the important thing is wells, drains and buildings only. All these things are built with sun-dried bricks. There are many bricks. These are built with the sun-dried bricks. So, in Indus Valley civilization, the town was well planned, and they laid roads very neatly, and the drainage system also is very good. Then there is a drainage system for each and every house with a slope. This slope will carry the drain from their house to the main drain. Okay, then each and every house also had separate well apart from the common wells in the city, so that they can collect the water easily. Then they also built the wells, drains and buildings with the sun-dried bricks. This is about the town planning of Indus Valley civilization.
Now we are going to see the different occupation that were followed by the Indus Valley civilization people. Okay, the main occupation of the people is agriculture.
Now also India's main occupation is agriculture. In those days, the main occupation of Indus Valley civilization was agriculture only. So what will they do in agriculture?
They will grow crops.
So the people of Indus Valley civilization also grew crops such as rice, wheat, barley and millet. And also they grew many vegetables and fruits. So to grow these crops they need water. So with the help of canals they poured water to the fields. They irrigated to their fields. Not only agriculture, they also reared animals such as buffaloes, goats, sheep and camels. And they used oxen to pull the carts and plough their fields. Agriculture was their important occupation. So they grew crops such as rice, wheat, barley and millet along with the vegetables and fruits. They irrigated the fields with the help of canals. They also reared animals such as buffaloes, goats, sheep and camels. And they used oxen to pull the carts and plough their fields. After this agriculture, the next important occupation they followed is weaving. Weaving is nothing but making the cloths with the help of threads. Okay, so they used spindles to make woolen threads. With the help of threads only we can weave clothes. They used spindles. Spindle is one of the instrument to make woolen threads. And they were also very skilled potters. With the help of the articrafts and vessels with beautiful designs, we can say that they were very skilled potters. We found many articrafts and vessels with beautiful designs of the Indus Valley civilization people. With the help of those things, we can say they are skilled potters. And they followed many other occupations such as sailors, carpenters, jewelers, blacksmiths, sculptors, and traders too. So I told about the jewelry they wore in the last class itself. So if they are wearing jewelry, there will be jewelers and blacksmiths. Then to sell these things, there were traders. The main occupation are weaving and agriculture. Then other occupations are sailors, carpenters, jewelers, blacksmiths, sculptors and traders. I told about the sailors. No, sailor was also an occupation followed by the people of Indus Valley civilization. These sailors traveled to the Persian Gulf to trade with Mesopotamian civilization. So the people of the sailors of Indus Valley civilization traveled to Persian Gulf to trade with the people of Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, so there was a trade between the people of Indus Valley civilization and Mesopotamian civilization. You have been studied about the Mesopotamian civilization in your last year itself, in 3rd standard itself. Okay, then Lothal was an important port in the town. Okay, Lothal was an important port in the town and it had a very busy harbor. Busy means many traders and merchants will be visiting there frequently. Okay, it was the harbor that is located in Lothal. Then this is about the sailors. Then they have built many houses. No, I told in the town planning they built many wells, drains and buildings. They built many buildings. So with the help of bricks only they built many buildings. All the bricks had very exact measurement and they followed a uniform system of weights. The weight and measurement was exact for all the bricks. With the help of this, we can say that they were excellent mathematicians. They did their work perfectly. So they were very excellent mathematicians. These are all the occupations followed by the people of Indus Valley civilization. Now we will see about the pastimes. At free times, what will they do? The people of Indus Valley civilization, what they will do? We will see about that. If you have free time, what will you do? You will be watching TV or playing games. But in those days, there was no television or radio. Okay, there was no entertainment. So they started playing games with dice and marbles. You are having dice in nowadays also, no? In those days also they had dice and marbles. You can see in this picture how the dice was. So they played with dice and marbles. They played board games. Nowadays you will be playing chess, carom, like that, no? They also played many board games and they played cockfighting also. Okay, so in many movies you can see the cockfighting, the game of cockfighting. There will be a fight between two cocks. So this was also a favorite pastime of the Indus Valley civilization people. Then what the children did, what the children played, they played with the toys made of clay, wood and stone. With what they played? They played with the toys made of clay, wood and stone. So for the adults, the dice and marbles, board games and the cockfighting were the pastimes, favorite pastimes. Then for the children, they played with the toys. that were made of clay, wood and stone. Next, we are going to see about the language and writing of the people of Indus Valley civilization. So, they used Indus script for writing. Okay, unfortunately, we don't know the meaning of the writing. So, they had written in the Indus script. Till now, we don't know the meaning of those writings. Okay, then at first they have used the pictographic script. With the help of pictures, they will be communicating. Then they added writing also with that. Okay, the pictures and writings were made of soapstones, terracotta, wood, metal and ivory. With the help of these things only they wrote and drawn pictures. Then they wrote many symbols on the pictures. The symbols will be, the images will be like animals like elephant, rhinoceros, crocodile and the humped bull. So in this picture you are seeing the humped bull. In your book page number 94 you can see the picture of elephant. And above the picture of elephant there were many writings. See, many scripts, that is known as Indus script. Okay, there will be writings. We don't know the meaning of those writings. Then they also used the motif. See, below the animal there is a design that is used for decoration. Motif is a design which is used for decoration. So there is a design like dot dot dot. So that is their motif. So they used Indus script which was not known till now, which cannot be known till now. They don't know the meaning of those scripts. So their writing was through pictographic script. They added writing with the pictures. So these scripts were made of soapstones. So, soapstones are nothing but the soft stone which will be like soap. Then terracotta, wood, metal and ivory. They used the images of animals such as elephant, rhinoceros, crocodiles and humped bull, and they also used motif. Motif is nothing but the image design that is used as a decoration. Okay, this is about the language and writing of Indus Valley civilization people. Now we'll see the different contributions made by the Indus Valley civilization people. What were the different inventions made by these people? I think you all know the buttons that were used in our clothing. In girls clothing also we will be having buttons with holes. In boys clothing also we are having buttons with with holes. So these buttons were first used by the people of Indus Valley civilization. So they designed buttons with holes in different shapes so that they can sew these buttons in their clothes. And also they invented the ruler which they used to measure. So this is like a rod that is used for measuring. It was made of copper alloy. Okay, and they discovered this ruler in Nippur. Now, till now, this was believed as the oldest ruler. So we can say till now Indus Valley civilization people are the first people to use the ruler, and the ruler they made is the oldest ruler. Okay, then they also used the step wells which will lead to the pool of water. Inside the wells there will be many steps, so that with the help of steps we can go to the pool of water. These and all the things they contributed to the to our people. What are all things? Buttons, ruler and the step wells. Then it is very surprised to know that the people living in this region in the region of Indus Valley civilization. Nowadays also people use the terracotta pots to store grains and the burnt bricks to build their homes. Nowadays we people will use bricks to build our homes, and we are using many stainless steel and silver and all to store grains. But nowadays people who live in the parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan and Pakistan are using the burnt bricks to build their homes and the terracotta pots to store their grain. So these are all the things about the people of Indus Valley civilization. We have seen about the location and timeline, society, town planning, pastimes, occupation, language and writing, and contribution. These things we have seen in this class, and with this your fifth lesson is over. Children, hope you have understood today's concept. So now it's time for your home assignment. Your home assignment is you have to complete your classwork note neatly. So a PDF will be given to you with this video. You have to refer that PDF and write all the question and answers and worksheet in your classwork note neatly, children. And your activity is you have to complete worksheet 3 given in your book page number 102. So you have to submit both your home assignment and activity in your WhatsApp group, children. Thank you.